My name is Jacob Tatum. I'm from Kingwood, Texas, and I go to Stevenson University, and I play attack. Being from an area, trying to get recruited that's not a hotbed, it was a real big struggle. Having to, send stuff out to coaches who were never going to see me play like in person, couldn't make it to all these tournaments. I was just kind of sending it on a whim, get out there. And so I remember my junior year, really talking to my parents, hey, I just remember, I just need to pray about, where God wants to take me. I wanted to play D3, and so I was just emailing everybody, and I was like, I don't know if I get a response, who's going to respond, or who even wants me at that point. And so I remember sitting in an IHOP in Florida with my parents going, all right, this is it. My mom strictly said, this is where God puts you. We don't know why you're going there. It's way, way far away, but we know that God's putting you there for a reason, so we think that this is where you should go. And so that's kind of how I ended up here. I think midway through my sophomore season, it was that same thing of, I was being, dragged down, you're tired, you're sore in the middle of the season. And I remember just hitting a point of complete exhaustion. And I just got so upset. I remember just getting on my knees and just praying and being like, God, I need you back. I haven't felt you in a while, and I feel I'm missing something here. I wasn't fulfilled, I wasn't full. And in that moment, he just came to me and was like, I'm the only person that can fill you up. You know this, come back to me. And so I think after that point, I said, all right, I'm looking for something that this summer that can kind of help me grow and things like that. And then that's how I kind of found the Fellowship of Christian Athletes internship. The whole FCA summer program was by far my favorite summer of my life. I was able to really make those relationships with people in the lacrosse world that were also Christian. And I think when you have that connection, it just gives you something to talk about for a long time, and allows you to, grow with people and kind of start to have a deeper connection. I think the biggest thing that I take away from it is that when you have an army of people on your side, willing to help you out, and you have mentors around you, it's real hard to stray away when they're yanking you back. I think that before the internship, I did a lot of stuff alone and tried to keep it to myself, to grow my own faith, but that's not how this works. You need people around you to help you out. Whatever it is, to talk to pray with, to pray for. Having those people around you is crucial to growing in your faith, and I think I've realized that over the past year. I think it's something from the summer that really kind of helped enlighten me to just kind of open the door to something else was actually when I shared my testimony in Vail, and I had one of our office staff say, hey, a girl was really impacted by your story, and my story wasn't something special or crazy. I didn't have anything wild, but it was practical, and I realized in that moment that God can use the most ordinary people to do extraordinary things. And I think that was kind of testament to that. You don't need to be somebody to do something good for the kingdom. I think you can just be a person that cares about Christ, that loves Christ, that wants a relationship, and he will be there to bring others with you. You just have to be willing to take that step out and take that leap and kind of be uncomfortable and know that your story is something that you can use to impact others. So ever since I got here, I've been wanting to kind of start a Bible study, but I'd been very hesitant as to actually, what people would think of me or how it would go. So, I was having lunch with Kyle Savick, who's on staff, and I had the message kind of typed out, and he's like, hey, I need someone to push me. So he was like, hey, I think you sent that message yet? And I was like, nah, I haven't. I'm trying to find a good time. And he just goes, we're at lunch, just goes, why not now? Why don't I just send it now? What's it gonna hurt? And I was like, all right, I trust you, I'll go for it. And sent it out, and immediately got 35 responses, either from likes or people messaging me. And so I think after the summer, I really had the courage and enough backing from people at FCA to go for it and just kind of put it all on God's shoulders and say, hey, I want to do this. I feel like you've been calling me to do this, so I'm just going to do it. And so in the fall, I had 4 or 5 weeks, and I had 3 or 4 guys show up every time, which I didn't know what to expect, honestly. But it's just now something that I can kind of use to impact others and kind of help those guys out and see who Christ is and then what he can do for your life. I think the theme that's been apparent is, taking risks. And starting from high school, like being a lacrosse player from Texas and trying to come, northeast to play a game from a non-hotbed was a real leap. That was the first time I kind of had to step out and kind of rely on God to be there for me when a lot of other people weren't around. And then when I got here, I was just trying to find my place, like settle in. Then I found the FCA internship, and I was like, man, I should really, apply for this. Like maybe I get, maybe I won't. But again, another reach. I had to step out, and it just kind of pushed me to go further and to do a little bit more. And then coming back from, in the fall after the internship, I had this little itch to, it's like, man, I should really start this Bible study. I've been wanting to do it for a while, and I think I should just do it. And again, another step out, leap of faith, and I think all three are testaments to how God can work and how He provides no matter what. Biggest thing is just leaning on Him. Other things will fail, but He's not of this world, so He's not failing in any capacity. And just take that leap, go forth, make disciples of all nations, and God's going to be there with you every step of the way.